What's up guys, Brad with Squared Away every day, and today we are going to be talking about the top 2 items you need for your next Tesla road trip, whether that's a Model Y, Model S, Model 3, or Model X. This is going to apply specifically to Teslas. It is oh so important. If you like this kind of content, please go ahead and give me a like, give me a sub, and let's hop into the video. Okay, so I just previously made a video on how best to prepare for your Tesla road trip, and it's a fairly long video, but it is thorough. So if you don't want to watch that and you only want to know like the top 2 things you should have, let's talk about it here. Now, everybody knows that Teslas do not have a spare tire. This is probably one of the biggest problems and one of the most likely things that could occur that would be a catastrophic stop to your trip. And so we need to make sure that we have some stuff to either repair a tire and get us back on the road, or limp us back to like a gas station or a tire repair shop. So the first one we're going to want to have is going to be FixAFlat. FixAFlat is going to be so important for those minor punctures, even moderate punctures, to where we need to quickly fill that puncture, and then this will also air up your tires. Now, if you've got a Model Y, Model S, or Model X, I would recommend getting the large tire variant of this, and maybe even it's a good idea if you have like the 19-inch and up wheels and tires for your Tesla Model 3. So make sure you've got some FixAFlat stuff. This is also good even if we have a tire puncture repair kit for if we crank the wheel and we just can't get to that puncture properly. This is good to kind of fill that gap there as well. So FixAFlat is going to be important. Me personally, I also like to couple that with some sort of tire puncture repair kit. So this is a pretty extensive one from ARB. This is from kind of the overland and 4-wheel drive off-road world. And I've got a few of these. One in my Tacoma, I've got one in my Model Y, and this one has needle nose pliers, it's got a plug kit, all the good stuff you would need to plug a significant hole inside of your tire. So this is going to be really important, but we have to be able to air that tire up. So if we don't have an air compressor, we could do a plug with this guy, and then we could do the FixAFlat to air us up. That would be a good combo there. Or you could also, like me, put a small air compressor inside of your Tesla. This is an air compressor. It's going to cost you 80 to 120 bucks, something like that, depending on where you get it. And it just takes simple drill batteries. So all you need to do is make sure that this guy is fully charged up, and you've got this in your vehicle, and this will actually pump up your tire. It's not going to be super crazy fast, but maybe anywhere from like 5 to 15 minutes, depending on how low that tire was, and it will fill your tire back up with air after you repaired the puncture. So super important to have something to be able to repair the tires on the road, being that you're on that road trip. Now, equally important with that, in my opinion, is going to be getting in contact with Tesla roadside service. So throughout the United States, there's a lot of locations where it's like a gasoline desert, or it's a literal desert, and you're driving 300-400 miles and there's no businesses, no gas stations, nothing, not even cell phone service. So something I like to have in the car, you don't have to do this, we'll talk about some different options. Whoop, I just zipped it closed. We'll talk about some different options, but something I like to run is a satellite phone. A satellite phone is going to essentially be able to get out anywhere. This is a Iridium satellite phone. If you guys are into this kind of stuff and you have more questions about sat phones, I can do a separate video on it, but it's super nerdy and there's a lot of stuff that goes into picking your sat phone, but the Iridium network is going to be the best. And essentially, if I'm patient, I will be able to get out anywhere in the United States, even the world, with this particular sat phone. So all I did was program the Tesla roadside service to this particular sat phone, and I guarantee you, this is kind of an expensive thing, but if you were stuck in the desert of like Nevada or Oregon and you're totally just had a catastrophic failure of the vehicle, you would pay a lot of money, way more than this costs, especially if you had your family with you, to get out of that bad situation. So having some sort of comms to be able to communicate with Tesla roadside service is really, really important to me, and so I like to go with the sat phone. Now, if you don't want to pay for a sat phone because the minutes are expensive or the device is expensive or whatever, and by the way, I've got this too because I'm into the whole overland thing, and so I bring this on like the trips I go on in my Tacoma if I needed a tow, not Tesla roadside service, or if I needed to like call a mechanic. So anyway, if you don't want to get a sat phone though, there's some other options. You could do something called a WeBoost. in your vehicle, and that is essentially a cell phone booster tool that will boost the signal of your cell phone, and you can go ahead and contact Tesla roadside service via the app, or you can call them or whatever. Now, it's not essentially a cell phone booster. It really just helps you receive the signal from the cell tower that much better. So that's all it really does, but WeBoost is a good brand to get, and that will help you to have more range with your cell phone. And then also for like a really serious scenario where you're not trying to contact Tesla roadside service anymore. You need immediate help and you need it now. That is going to be something like an InReach from Garmin. An InReach is a pretty good device. Those are going to cost you, I don't know, maybe in the ballpark of, oh, and the WeBoost, by the way, is going to cost you maybe around $500. The InReach is essentially a GPS communicator where you can text out or you can send an SOS message and they will send a search and rescue team to come get you, is what that is. And that will cost you, just for the device alone, somewhere in the ballpark of like maybe $200 for the mini, up to like $400 for the just big standard InReach Plus or whatever it is. And so those are good options while you're on your road trip, but some sort of comms to be able to boost your cell signal or reach Tesla roadside service is really, really important to me, just as important as fixing the tires while you're out on the road. Now, if you want to see more of this kind of stuff, please go ahead and check out my other video I did, how to best prepare for your Tesla road trip. And if you like this kind of content, please go ahead and give me a like, give me a sub, and we'll see you in the next one.